If you watched the last video, then you already know how I feel about filming travel content. I don't believe that it requires to be overly complicated. I don't believe you should be carrying around a ton of gear. And I definitely don't believe your trip should feel like some kind of movie production. In this video, I'm not going to explain the mindset behind any of that again. If you're interested in watching that video, I'll leave links up in the corner as well as in the description below. This video is about the actual steps I follow when I travel. The simple things I do so I come home, hopefully, with better travel content without taking away from the overall travel experience. This isn't made for content creators. This isn't made for influencers. This video is made specifically for regular people like you and me who travel a few times a year and just want better content so you can watch it back for years to come. By the way, how's it going? If we haven't met, my name is Fattizzo and welcome to the channel. If you're into content that relates to travel, lifestyle, and trying to keep your life in some kind of balance, consider giving this video a like and subscribing. Believe it or not, it really helps the channel grow and it helps YouTube to know who they should show this video to. With all that being said, let's move on to get into step number 1. Decide one moment before the day starts. Before I leave the hotel, the rental, or the Airbnb for the day, I pause for a second. I don't plan my shots. That's not who I am. I don't think about editing. That's later on. I don't think about camera settings. After we have a plan in place for that day, I just ask myself one simple question and one simple question only. What's the one thing I'll probably remember the most from today? That's it. Short and sweet, simple and to the point. Maybe it's going to be the first cup of coffee in that new city. Maybe it's going to be a walk through the new neighborhood that I haven't been to. Maybe it's going to be that meal that I've been looking so forward to eating. Once I decide that, everything else really changes and falls into place. I stop filming randomly. I stop pulling the camera out every friggin' 5 minutes. I know when I've captured what I wanted and I move on. That's it. One small idea keeps me from filming everything. Step number 2, record short clips, then stop. When I do film, I keep it short, and I keep it short on purpose. When I hit record, I literally count in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. You get the idea. I count to 10, sometimes 15, and then I stop recording. My feelings and my opinion are that short 10 to 15 second clips are absolutely ideal. I don't need to capture the entire moment. I don't need backup footage. I don't need a full minute of the same thing because that tends to come out boring. If something happens again later on, I could always just grab another short clip. It's that simple. Short clips are easier to watch, they're easier to edit, and they're easier to enjoy later. Think about some of the travel videos that you've recently watched and why you enjoyed them. They're made and loaded with short clips. Short clips tend to capture your attention. This step really changed how I capture my content, and you should consider changing it yourself. You can always film another short clip. You can't fix a long, boring one. Step number 3, film it once, then put the camera away. This step alone will change how your trip actually feels. Once I filmed the moment I wanted, I'm done. I put the camera away. I don't film it from different angles. I don't keep recording just in case I think something's gonna happen. I don't chase the shot. If I got it, I got it. I'm done. Finished. I used to come home with hours of footage, and most of it never got watched. But this happens, and I'm here to try and tell you to make these changes so it doesn't happen to you. Now, I come home with less footage and better memories to watch. Filming once keeps me present. It keeps the trip enjoyable, and it saves me from sorting through a ton of footage later. Step number 4, add a little movement, nothing more. You don't need fancy camera moves to make travel footage look better. All I do is add a little movement, little shimmy, little shoulder shake. Sometimes I take a few steps slowly forward or slowly backward. Sometimes it's a small little gentle pan from left to right. Sometimes it's a little camera lift that you come up slightly. That's it. Simple. No spinning, no rushing, no tricks. None of that is really needed. Slow movement always looks better than fast movement. It keeps you engaged. Standing still and recording forever usually makes footage feel flat and boring. Small movement makes an absolute difference. Step number 5, keep what feels good, delete the rest. When I get home, I keep editing very, very simple. I'm not building a timeline right away. I'm not doing that. I'm not fixing anything. I'm not polishing clips. I just watch my footage. I watch it all. If a clip makes me smile, then guess what? I'm keeping that clip. If the next clip doesn't, it's out, deleted. There's no need to use it. No need to contemplate. Move on. That's the entire process. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm not trying to make an Oscar-winning movie. I'm just keeping memories I'll actually want to watch again and again for years to come. If you enjoy watching it, listen, that's all that really matters. Who gives a crap about anybody else? Now, putting it all together is really what comes next. So when you look at this as a whole, the system is very simple. Let's go over and review it. I decide one moment, I film short clips, I film it once, I add a little movement, a little shimmy, and I keep what feels right. Done, that's it. It's not complicated. No complicated setup, no learning curve, no pressure whatsoever. In time, you'll learn to build off of these steps, but for now, I think it's just a great foundation for you to start with. Before we wrap this up, I want to mention what's coming up next. After traveling this way for a while, keeping things simple and filming like this, honestly, I eventually did decide to upgrade my camera. Not because I needed to, and not because my phone wasn't good enough, but because I reached the point where I knew exactly what I wanted from a camera. In the next video, I'll talk about the upgrade, why I made it, what I chose, and who I actually think it makes sense for. And listen, because I made the upgrade, doesn't mean you have to make the upgrade at all. The camera is perfectly fine. Until that video is uploaded and ready, if you want to see how this approach actually looks in real life, check out our travel video from Dubrovnik, Croatia coming up next. That video shows exactly how I film when I travel. Simple, real, and present. I'll see everybody soon.